Hey, what's going on? Charles St. James here, and I'm about to take you guys to one of my another one of my routines. Today I'm gonna be working shoulders and arms. Now, I know there's a lot of guys out there who believe in just working one body part a day, but I mean, let's be honest, you're not Ronnie Coleman. So there's no reason for you to be working one body part a day trying to annihilate it and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, most people out there should be doing full body workouts and things like that, because that's going to get you more of an effective workout throughout the course of a couple of weeks, as opposed to working one body part and just annihilating it. Because one of the things we're trying to do is trying to dispel some of those myths. So what I'm about to do right now is go ahead and get started. Now, the first exercise that I'm going to do is going to be the overhead press. The reason why is because that's kind of a full body exercise in itself, being that you got to stabilize the weight over your head. It's kind of an old school move, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and make this happen. Okay, that was kind of a warm-up set right there. All right, you guys didn't see me warm up before, but I did. But I always like to do at least one set of warm-ups whenever I'm working shoulders. That wasn't my first warm-up set, but that's the first one you guys are seeing. All right, this is going to be my first working set. Okay, if you guys notice, I only did 6 right there. The reason why is I want to keep the rep range a little bit lower at first to focus a little bit more on muscular strength. So now what I'm about to do is lighten up again, and this time get more repetitions. All right, that's set number 2. Lighten it up again. Okay. That particular technique that you guys just saw me do is called the reverse pyramid. I started with heavier weight, and then I worked my way down into lighter weights. That's just one specific technique that can help you challenge your body and things like that. It's not a conventional way of working out, but it is effective. All right, so I'm just leave that right there. So now, that right there was basically my mass builder, if you will. Next one I'm gonna do is gonna be the lateral dumbbell raise, because now, what the lateral dumbbell raise does is it hits the outside or the center of the deltoid and focuses on that area just a little bit more. The overhead press works the whole body, as you have to stabilize the muscle, and also works the total deltoid. So now, I usually like to do one arm at a time because I can focus mentally on that muscle. There's something called a mind to muscle connection, and you've got to make sure as you strength training that your mind to muscle connection is where it should be. That means you're mentally focusing on the muscle that's supposed to be working. It's possible to work a variety of different muscles anytime you're working out, because you got a lot of muscles that are gonna want to assist with the workout itself. So now you gotta have a mind to muscle connection. So now, I usually like to keep the weight in front of me as I do this one. Now, if you guys notice, as I was doing that movement, there should be a constant acceleration as you take the weight up. The reason why that is because being that the weight is starting down here and I'm lifting it up, there's a point in there where the natural motion itself is like a swing, okay? And you can basically explode from here to there, and from there to there, it's just nothing, because the momentum from you explode from here to here is going to naturally carry the rest of the weight. In the same way that if I jump off the ground, I'm only pushing myself when I'm in contact with the ground. But the mere fact that I exploded is going to carry me into the air. So, and it's the same principle when you swing your arms and things like that. So you want to constantly accelerate through this movement. Now, that's actually really lightweight right there at 25 pounds, but I got this old saying, when me and my partners lift weights and things like that, the saying is, check your ego at the door, okay? Check your ego at the door. What that basically means is, don't worry about how heavy the weight is. Make sure that the weight is heavy enough for you to feel it, but light enough for you to control it the right way. I see guys in there working out all the time, and when they're working, they basically cheating themselves, and they trying to show off for everybody else, okay, rather than focusing on doing the movement the right way. So for that reason there, as crazy as this might sound, if you're a beginner in the gym and you want to see somebody that's working out the right way, when you go in the gym, most women are doing the exercises right, because they don't care about how much weight it is. They care about doing the movement the right way. So now, compare technique between your average woman and your average man, and your average woman is actually doing the technique, doing the movement the right way, while the average man is doing something that's, I don't know what he's doing. Another thing is, as you guys are doing your movements, understand that it's going to be virtually impossible to do any movement 100% correctly. So it's okay to have a little cheat in there, but when you cheat so much that the exercise is no longer working the muscles that it's intended to, well, then there's a problem. All right, so now I've worked the outside of my deltoid. Now I'm gonna go ahead and work the front of it a little bit more with the front dumbbell raise. So far, I've done a total of 6 sets. I did 3 over there. I've done 3 right here, and we're gonna do a total of 10 on the shoulders. I'm gonna lighten this weight up again. Let me see where my 20's at. There you go. This is really lightweight, but this might actually be too heavy for me right now, being that I'm a little tired. If you notice from the side, I'm gonna take this weight above my head. I'm not gonna just stop at the shoulder, and that's actually the right weight. And also, notice how I've got the weight at my sides like this, not in front of me. So as I come up, I'm gonna twist it. Feels pretty good. That's really lightweight, but I don't care about how heavy the weight is. I care about the fact that I'm doing the movement the right way. There's going to be a natural swing as I come up, but I'm trying to accelerate all the way through the movement itself. All right, keep my rest time kind of short. Okay, 2 sets, and that's all I'm gonna do with that one. The next one I'm gonna do is the bent over lateral raise. Now, the reason why is because the first exercise that I did was basically for strength and power. Now, normally I could go a little bit heavier than that, but being that I'm just getting back into it again, 185 pounds gave me what I needed. So I did my power over there. I focused on the outside edge of the delt with my laterals, focused on the front part with the front raise. Now I'm gonna focus on the back head of the deltoid. Now there's a few different ways to do this movement. What I like to do is Y raises as I bend over. Now typically when most people do this, they do them like this. Okay. But the way I like to do them is I'll take the weight and I'll bend over and it's like I'm making a big Y. So I'm splitting the difference between the front raise and the side raise as I'm bent over. Right in here, I feel it back there right where I want to. That is a good feeling. If you guys try that, you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is actually the Y raise, something that I've never seen anybody else do other than me. It doesn't take a lot of weight when you do it, okay? Especially if it's at the end of your shoulder workout. This might actually be a little heavy for me right now, but we'll see. That's right. That's good. That's good. I got that mind to muscle connection on that one. I felt it exactly where I wanted to feel it at. There was an old bodybuilder named Frank Zane. Frank Zane was quoted a few times saying that he never did an exercise where he didn't feel it exactly where he wanted to feel it at. And being there right now, I'm focusing a little bit more on strength and also a little bit of sculpting, if you will. I definitely want to feel it where I want to feel it at. If this was a circuit training routine, I would still want to feel it where I'm supposed to feel it at, but I wouldn't be so concerned with that then. Okay, but now that I'm working out this particular way, because there's a lot of different ways to work out, I need to make sure that I feel it right where I need to feel it at. So that's my 10th set on my shoulders. And I'm gonna give you guys a freebie on this one. Okay. Freebie. Now, one of the most common injuries in people that weight train is shoulder injuries. The reason why is because they've got the shoulders that look pretty, the muscles that everybody can see, much stronger than the muscles that everybody cannot see. You've got 4 small muscles around your rotator cuff. The acronym for the 4 is called the SITS. S-I-T-S, SITS muscles. Feel free to go ahead and look that up on the internet. But now, it's important to work those muscles also, as that will help keep the joint stable and help keep the joint nice and strong. So I'm going to show you guys a couple exercises to work those sits muscles. It's good to throw them in whenever you're doing your shoulder workouts because they are part of the shoulder and you need to make sure you keep them strong. It doesn't take much work, much weight when you're working. The way you're working is like this. Get a weight, lay on your side. Notice how my elbow is pretty much close to my body, okay? I'm not like this right now. My elbow is basically resting on my body. Then all you do is you take the weight, that's it. Doesn't take a lot of weight. Ten's good. Then you get the other side. Then the next thing I like to do after I work that, another way to work the sits is like this. Good. Then go back into laying down. It's a burner right there, boy. That'll keep you on fire. Woo! It's a fire starter right there. Okay. So that was my freebie for the day. That's getting a little bit into fitness therapy. Another area where I know quite a bit about. So make sure when you guys are working those shoulders, you also working those sits muscles. They can't be seen, but I mean, if you got a strong bench press and you're working with a lot of heavy weights, you got to make sure you're strengthening the muscles that people can't see as well. Okay, so now I'm about to get into my biceps a little bit. Now, being that this is basically my first time back working my biceps in months, I'm not going to go real heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and get my soreness out the way and keep the weight a little bit lighter and make sure my technique is good, because I know tomorrow when I wake up, my bicep is going to be sore. So but that's a good soreness, that kind of soreness where I know that my body is growing and getting stronger. I don't particularly care right now about getting any bigger because I think I'm big enough, but I do care about being strong. So gotta get the strength back. Now, this right here is called the easy bar. Okay, the reason why it's so good, if you look at it, it's got grooves in it. Well, it's got a certain design to it that curves up and curves down, and centralizes, curves down and curves up again. The reason why that's good to use is because when you're doing a curl with a normal straight bar, you've got your wrists pointed out just like that. That's not a normal position, and your wrist isn't designed to accommodate a lot of weight when they're in this position, okay? So when you're coming up and you twist them, it's easy to get a wrist injury, and the point of pain is usually right there in the wrist, okay? Right there is what starts hurting. So now, what the easy bar does is it puts your wrist at a better, more comfortable angle where they're a little bit stronger, like that. Okay, so now, as opposed to this, your wrist is stronger this way right here. It's just a slight little angle, but it does make a big difference. Now, being that in the past, I've injured my wrist before, you'll rarely see me doing the curl with a regular straight bar. You'll normally see me doing it with an easy bar because I like that position right there and I don't feel any pain whatsoever in my wrist. So that's something to consider if you want to lift heavy weights, or if you've got any wrist injuries or anything like that. The easy bar might save your wrist and save you a little bit of pain. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I'm not one of those guys when I do the curl who's going to tell you, keep your back straight. No, I'm not that way. I more or less believe that it's okay to cheat a little bit as you're doing the movement, because that little cheat, if I go up and I kind of go like that a little bit, that's fine, because that's not taking away from the movement itself. Okay, that's not taking away from the movement itself. But what I will do is pause at the bottom of each repetition so that my bicep is doing pretty much all the work. It can't do all the work by itself because the bicep has assisted muscles that's going to help it, just like every other muscle in your body. You got over 600 muscles in your body. It's virtually impossible to work one muscle all by itself without any assistance from anything else. So let me go ahead and get into these curls. I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see my technique looks like, and apply it to your own workout. Okay, so here we go. All right, that actually felt pretty good. Even though it's lighter weight, that pause at the bottom makes that weight feel quite a bit heavier because you stopped in the momentum. All right, so that's why every time I went down, bam, pause and brought it up. I'm trying to really let that bicep do the work. This right here is only 85 pounds. It's not real heavy. Can I do more weight? Yeah. But then my technique and my form will be all kinds of messed up. And I don't particularly care for really messed up form. Cheating a little bit, that's okay, that's not too bad. But when you completely change the technique, then you got a problem. All right, so let's go ahead and do it one more time. This time I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the front. Is a killer. One of the things that I do in my own personal workouts is the first set of whatever it is, or the first exercise of whatever it is that I'm doing is my basic mass builder, if you will. That's the usually one of the better exercises for the specific muscle that's being worked. And the curl with the barbell is a better exercise for building muscular size and things like that than a dumbbell is, okay? Dumbbell is more isolated, curl. I mean, with a barbell, it's not really a complex movement or anything like that, but the fact that you got your muscles joined together when you pull up, they've done a lot of studies on these particular exercises, and it's been shown that the barbell works better than the dumbbell for building muscular size and strength. The easy bar, well, comes in second place to the regular barbell straight bar curl. I don't know why, but maybe they didn't do enough research on the easy bar. But given a chance between the choice between the easy bar and the regular straight bar, I'd always go with the easy bar because I can lift a lot more weight. I would sometimes curl 135 with an easy bar, but ain't no way I do 135 with a straight bar because it'll hurt my wrist too much. All right, that's it. So my basic mass builder is out the way. So now I'm gonna get into one of my favorites, is the dumbbells. I'm gonna keep the weight a little bit lighter to make sure I feel it like I'm supposed to feel it. I'm only gonna do one set on the dumbbell, alternating dumbbell curl. As I come up, I'm gonna twist it. Not just keeping it straight like this, twisting. If you look at a bicep, just twisting it causes it to go up, okay? See that? All I'm doing is just twisting my wrist. So for that reason there, it's good to twist your dumbbell curls as you come up, because you're gonna get a better peak. Now I'm not one of those guys that have the big peaking bicep. I never had that, okay? That's just the way my bicep is built. But as far as building the strength and size, twisting will help get you that peak a little bit more. So I'm gonna keep it lighter. So I'm not too doggone sore come tomorrow. I'm sore 25 pounds. I gotta go a little heavier than that. That's not even a challenge. This is still light, but I want to be able to bend my arms tomorrow. That's set number 4 on the biceps. I'm only gonna go to 6 today, but the first one I did 3 right there. Now I'm gonna get a total of 3 different exercises to finish this thing off, okay? I just did the alternating dumbbell curl. The next one that I'm gonna do is gonna be the hammer curl. I'll do the hammer curl last. I'll do the incline curl next. Okay, the incline curl, what it does is it moves the arm behind you just a little bit and it puts the bicep at a weak point. Okay, so that makes lightweight feel heavier. If you're gonna try this particular exercise, now you don't have to lean have your incline way back here. No, that's too much. That's way too much. All you need is just a little bit. That works out fine. Okay, that works out fine right there. So if you're gonna try this, remember what I just said. Don't lean it back too much. All you're doing is just leaning it back a little bit, putting the bicep at a weaker angle. Okay. I'll go with the 25s on this one. Lightweight, doesn't really matter. Leaning back, sitting into it. Yeah, it feels good. I could go heavier, but I'm not. Notice the twist. Like I said, I kind of lost count on that one right there. Not sure how many I did. Sometimes that happens when you're focusing on the muscle and how it feels. And that just happened to me. Okay. Last one that I'm going to do is going to be the concentration curl. Concentration curl, I'll go back to the 30 again. Once again, not real heavy. I like to do the concentration curl bent over, like so. Arnold Schwarzenegger liked to do it that way also. It feels, I don't know, it feels a little bit different than when I've got the weight, when I've got my elbow leaned against my thigh. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this because I've always liked the way this feels. Now, this is only 30 pounds right now, but when I really get into it, I can get up to the 70s. But to do the alternating dumbbell curl with the 70s is, I mean, it can be done. Okay, I've done it in the past, but it's just a different feel when you bend over like this and you pulling the weight up. I don't know how to explain it. You have to try it to just see what I'm talking about. Some people like it, some people don't like it. This is one that I really do like. Make sure as you're doing this, if your heart rate is racing like mine is beating pretty fast right now because I'm getting back into it again, don't lean over too much because all the blood is going to rush to your head. So you got to watch that right there. That's why I like to put one hand on my thigh and make sure I'm not bending over too much and still keep my head above my heart. Yeah, that's good. Feels good. Same thing on the other side. feel that tomorrow. Okay, so I did 6 sets so far on the biceps. I feel like I got one more in me. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do one more. I said I would do 6, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the 7th one. Okay, dumbbells, lightweight. Go with the 20s on this one. All I'm gonna do is just pump them up a little bit right now. I'm gonna take both dumbbells, put them together. Once again, this is only a total of 40 pounds. Keep them together, keeping the weight in front of me just a little bit. And I'm gonna use my body to isolate the weights. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Put a little bit of extra blood in those biceps. Pump them up a little more. Okay, so now I'm finished with my bicep exercises. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my tricep exercises. What I'm gonna do here is the dips. A couple different ways to do the dips. The dips is an okay mass builder, but one of the problems is if you've got a strong tricep, you gotta do a ton of dips to fill it. Unless you've got a weight or a belt or something like that to put around your waist. Being that I'm working out by myself, me and my cameraman out here, what I would do if I had somebody else is I would pull my other bench over and rest my feet on it, and then I would sit back right here and I would do my dips like this as I put weight on my thighs. That adds weight and it makes it a little bit more challenging for the triceps. But being that I'm out here by myself, I'm not a real big fan of the close grip press because of how when you bring the weight down with the close grip press, if you look at my wrist as I go down, my wrists are going to the outside. That is a weak angle right there for your wrist. I don't like how it feels because it hurts the wrist. So all things considered, even though this isn't the best mass builder, the dips, I'm gonna go ahead and do it as equal. Well, it's a good mass builder if you got some weight behind it. But being that I don't have the weight behind it, I'm gonna just go ahead and knock on maybe about 15, 20 of them, depending on how I feel as I get into it. Okay, 35. I wanted to go ahead and give them some right there so I can fatigue them. So the rest of them that I get, the muscle's gonna be already fatigued, so it's gonna be that much easier for me to challenge the muscle. All right, I can't get 35 again. Might have 10 in me now, but that's good. Keep my rest time somewhere around 30 seconds right now. If I wasn't talking to you guys, my rest time throughout all these exercises will be around 30 seconds because that's how you get the added benefit of burning fat by cutting your rest time down. Woo, 10, just like I thought. That tricep is really on fire right now. Really on fire. Since I did 7 sets on my bicep, I'm gonna do 7 sets on my tricep with the same technique. The first one is gonna be my mass builder. Kind of hard to say for the dip, but it's my mass builder for right now. The next one, I'm gonna sculpt the triceps a little bit. That's good. It's a good feel. Okay, done my 3 sets over there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and sculpt these triceps a little bit. I'm gonna lighten the weight up because I'm tired right now. All right, what I'm gonna do is a dumbbell kickback. Couple different ways to do the kickback. You can do the conventional way, just like that. You can do the overhand way, just like this. Or you can do the underhand way, just like that. All those different angles works a different head of the tricep. Now what you gotta do is, if you're gonna try those different movements, experiment with them a little bit, determine which head you wanna work, and find the movement that works best for your body. All right, but for me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna push them out like that. I'm gonna feel it right there. I wanna work that head right there. That's an interesting move right there. As I did it, I felt it right there on the outside head a little bit, and I also felt it on the inside at different points as I twisted and turned the weight over. Okay, well, that's a good feel. Once again, that's why I told you, you gotta experiment with it and see what works best for your body. Okay, because everybody's body is a little different. That's why you never see two pro-level bodybuilders with the exact same routine. Now they all got something different, because something different works for their body. Your body's the same way. Okay, this is set number 5. I'm gonna change it up this time. Okay. Doing it that way, I felt it more so on the inside. The first way I did it, I felt it the outside and a little bit on the inside. With the way I just did it, I felt it pretty much all on the inside. So now, what I'm doing this next one is I'm gonna take it straight back, okay? Different angles work good because it challenges the body, and the body doesn't work through just one angle. Your muscles are only designed to pull, but as they pull, they are different angles and things like that cause certain muscles to work in synchronization a little bit different. An example of that, I'll give you guys a quick little study on this. An example of that is, take somebody who's shooting baskets, okay? If all you're doing is just shooting baskets, your body is working in a certain, your muscles have to fire in a certain order in order to take that ball and to throw it up, okay? And what happens is as you shoot more and more baskets, you get better at it because your central nervous system gets used to firing your muscles in a specific order to allow you to perform that movement better, okay? The same is true to those that run fast, okay? When you first start running, your body, if you haven't been sprinting for a while, your body isn't used to it, and it has to make those connections again to fire those muscles in that specific order. And after it gets used to it, you get faster and faster and faster. So that's something that's important. So that's why different angles and things like that fire your muscles in a different order, and that by doing those different movements and things like that, you get better. Another example of what I just said is dancing. And do a specific move or something like that, you have to learn it. And all you're basically doing is teaching your muscles to fire that specific order to make that dance move right there happen, or whatever it may be. The more you do it, the more your body gets used to doing it. I done rested a little bit too long, but let me go ahead and get the section set number 6 done. Felt pretty good. That felt good. Now on this last one, what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and do the close hand push-up. Yeah, it works the chest a little bit, but like I just told you guys, it's virtually impossible to work one specific muscle by itself. It's virtually impossible. Based on how low you go on a close hand push-up, you can get more tricep out of it or more chest out of it. I want to keep it at an angle for me where I can feel it mostly in my tricep and my chest don't completely take over. That's it. I only did 20 of them. And if you notice, my movement was nice and short, but I wanted to feel it in my tricep. I didn't care about doing perfect push-ups right then. All I cared about was working the tricep. So now I just took you guys through a shoulder workout. First one was overhead press, standing up. Okay, standing up, because that is a difficult movement. Your body has to synchronize and stabilize in order to make that right there happen. After that, I did the lateral raise, working the central portion of the delt. Then I did the front raise, working the front head of the delt. I did the bent over Y raise, like so. Okay, like so. To work that outside edge. The next thing I did, get into my bicep, I did the easy bar curl. I did 3 sets. Right there. The next thing I did was, I believe I did the incline curl. Showed you guys about that. Might have my order a little bit, little twisted up as I'm explaining to you guys what I did. But these are the exercises that I did. I also did the bent over, the concentration curl. Concentration curl feels pretty good. And also, I did the alternating dumbbell curl. Okay, alternating dumbbell curl fires those muscles in a specific order. And I did 1 set close, kept the dumbbells close, like so. Really doesn't have a name for this, but I just got a little pump. Worked my tricep, got my doggone dips going. Wish I had more, or a belt or something like that, to put a little bit more resistance on. Then I did the dumbbell kickback from 3 different angles, working at 3 different heads of the tricep, stretching each one a little bit differently. Last thing I did was a few close hand push-ups to kind of pump those triceps up a little bit. I got a nice little pump going right now, and I didn't overdo it considering this is my first day back working the biceps and triceps and the shoulders in a couple months. So I know I'll be feeling this one tomorrow. So it's important that as you get back into it, get back into your own routines and things like that, don't go out there trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, you need to be whoever you are, okay? Be whoever you are. Check your ego in at the door. Don't focus on how heavy the weight is. Make sure you feel it like you're supposed to feel it. And as you do the movements more and more and more, give yourself a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months to get back into it again. And you'll find that strength that you once had will come back to you. A lot of that is associated with just the fact that your body is getting used to firing your muscles in that specific order again. So that completes my workout for the day. Last thing that I'm not going to show you guys is me cooling down and stretching out, because right now is a good time to cool down and stretch out. The muscle is warm. The muscle has been worked, so now is a good time to stretch it out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Also, if you guys got any questions, anything like that, go ahead and hit me in my inbox. And what I'll do is I'll make a video about whatever questions. I got a couple questions I've been asked so far, but I'll address those in different video. Once again, this is Charles St. James, ISSA Certified Fitness Trainer, and that was your workout for the day.